What is up, everybody? So one of WWE's biggest PLEs of the year is this Sunday from Cleveland, Ohio. Of course, I am talking about the 2024 edition of SummerSlam, and what an absolutely stacked card it is. As of right now, there are 7 big matches booked, and I'm going to go over the card here and, give my opinion on things, how I would do things, how I think things are going to go, because as wrestling fans, I've been a wrestling fan just like you my entire life, and fantasy booking pro wrestling is one of my favorite things to do. And by that I mean I would do this, or I wonder if they're going to do this, or this is how I would have done that type of thing, or these are the matches I would like to see, or this is what I would do in this match, this is the outcome I would give this particular match. I absolutely love doing that, and I love hearing and reading other people's perspective on the same things. Just because I like something doesn't mean you like something, and vice versa. So I love seeing everybody's opinion out there on what is currently going on in pro wrestling and what they would do with the current top storylines. Would you book CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre like this, or would you do it like that? That type of thing. I absolutely love hearing other people's opinions on pro wrestling and how they would book specific things. So like I said, there are 7 big matches, and I'm going to go over them all now. They could add more. This is Wednesday, July the 31st, so we're still a couple of days out from SummerSlam, so anything could change. We still have SmackDown happening on Friday, and then SummerSlam on Saturday. I absolutely love that they do the PLEs now on Saturdays. I love that, just like the UFC events. I don't know, it feels better than, I'm sure a lot of people probably like it better than having to stay up late on a Sunday and get up to go to work or school or whatever the case may be early Monday morning. Having them on Saturday still gives you a day to recover on Sunday. So the first match we're going to go over here is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We have Damian Priest taking on Gunther. Gunther, of course, lost the Intercontinental title to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. But since then, he has been on an absolute tear. He won the King of the Ring tournament, and most recently on Monday defeated Finn Balor in what was a terrific main event. Now, I know a lot of people out there are probably thinking that Gunther is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship on Sunday, and I could definitely see that, but I am a big fan right now of Damian Priest and what they are doing with his title run, and how Damian Priest has really elevated his game as World Heavyweight Champion. When he cashed in the briefcase at WrestleMania, man, couldn't be more happier for Damian Priest, and he has really elevated his game since he has become World Heavyweight Champion. I hope that he continues his reign, but I kind of see it going with Gunther getting the World Heavyweight Championship with some sort of interference, maybe on behalf of some of Gunther's former Imperium teammates, or maybe Finn Balor turns on Damian Priest. They have been having some sort of tension between them in the locker rooms, or maybe the whole match ends in a DQ and there's no title change. But Damian Priest and Finn Balor have been having a lot of tension in the locker room recently in the Judgment Day clubhouse that has been destroyed. Man, how upset was Carlito when that PlayStation 5 was destroyed? Felt bad for the guy, I got to admit, but I think you're going to see Gunther somehow win the World Heavyweight Championship. I would love to be wrong in this case. I would love to see Damian Priest somehow hang on, even if it's just until Survivor Series and then you can make the switch to Gunther, but I think it might happen this weekend at SummerSlam. Next, we have Bayley taking on Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I think Bayley is going to continue her reign as WWE Women's Champion. She has been doing fantastic things, and I think Tiffany Stratton, I don't know if she's going to cash in Money in the Bank briefcase, but I think she's going to somehow inadvertently cost Nia Jax the match and allow Bayley to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Bayley has been absolutely crushing it this year, winning the Royal Rumble, winning the championship at WrestleMania, and defending it along the way, and I think she keeps this title reign going. Now, next up is probably one of the matches most people are I don't know if this is the order of the card. This is just the order I'm going down it. This isn't necessarily the match order. It's just what I picked how these matches to go. The next match, like I started to say, is probably one of the most look forward to matches on this card. The storyline heading into this match has been absolutely tremendous. And I am talking about the reigning WWE Women's World Championship. We have Liv Morgan, the current champion, taking on Rhea Ripley, who just a couple of weeks ago made her return to Raw. And about a week and a half ago, what an absolute amazing addition to this storyline. Dominic coming out and saying that he chooses Rhea Ripley, and as his reward, Rhea Ripley licks him. Yep, that's pro wrestling in 2024, and I absolutely love it. I'm here for it. But I am a big proponent of story is more important than the actual match. The story is what draws me into it, and of course I want the match to be good. But the story is why I want to see Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Now, here's how I would book this one. I think Dominic should turn on Rhea Ripley and help Liv Morgan win the WWE Women's World Championship. However, I see another twist coming. Now, here's how I would book this one. I would have Dominic Mysterio turn on Rhea Ripley and have Liv Morgan keep her WWE Women's World Championship, and then have Dominic and Liv celebrate together in the ring. But here's the twist I would throw in. I would have Finn Balor come out and be like, "What are you doing, Dom? What are you doing? How can you do this to Rhea?" But then have Finn Balor turn on Judgment Day, turn on Rhea, turn on Dom, and then show that he was the one behind all of this Liv Morgan stuff all along. You know, you could say because he's not happy with his place in Judgment Day, he should be the top, he should be the champ, he should be in Damian Priest's spot. And then you actually have Liv Morgan's revenge tour having taken everything from Rhea Ripley. She took 3 months of Rhea Ripley's career. She took Dominic Mysterio from him, but didn't actually want him. So now they're broken up, not together for nothing. And she also takes Finn Balor from Judgment Day, from Rhea Ripley. And then you have a Judgment Day feud. You have Finn Balor going up against Damian Priest. Now, if Damian Priest keeps the World Heavyweight Championship, I could see them doing that match and Finn Balor winning the championship from Damian Priest. So there are a lot of ways they could go with that Gunther versus Damian Priest match. I know I said Gunther's probably going to win, but I would like to see Damian Priest win, and then Finn Balor versus Damian Priest have a feud for that championship, and then have Finn Balor defeat Damian Priest for that title. I think that would be a very fun series of matches. Finn has never held big gold, like a World Heavyweight Championship gold, since he defeated Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. I was actually in Brooklyn that night when that match took place, and unfortunately that injury happened. But that is how I would book Liv Morgan. I would have Liv Morgan finally actually take everything from Rhea Ripley. It would turn her into the ultimate babyface. A very I'm pissed off babyface. A very Stone Cold Steve Austin type of a babyface where she's just going to wreak havoc because of how badly she got screwed over by Dominic, by Finn, and by Liv Morgan. And, you know, they could do a Hell in a Cell match, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The next match I'm going to go over is Cody Rhodes versus Sikoa. I see Cody retaining the WWE Undisputed Championship, Universal Championship, and I see Roman Reigns returning in this match. I don't know if after Cody Rhodes wins, there's a big beatdown of Cody Rhodes by the Bloodline, and then Paul Heyman comes out, and then Roman Reigns comes out. Perhaps Jimmy Uso comes out as well. I believe he was just cleared to return to action. But, you know, and then Jey Uso runs out, because I don't believe he has a match on this card. He does not. So, you know, the Bloodline, the original 3 Bloodline members, Roman Reigns and the Usos, return, but this time as baby faces, and they take on the Bloodline. You have original Bloodline versus new Bloodline. I'm sure maybe Roman Reigns' group will have a new name, or maybe they will also be the Bloodline, who knows. But I see this as the big return for Roman Reigns. Maybe like Cody's getting beat down and it looks like he's going to lose the championship, and then out comes Roman Reigns and that changes everything. Either way, I think Roman Reigns returns, and I think Cody Rhodes hangs on to the WWE Undisputed Championship. Next, you have Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. Yeah, this isn't Logan's hometown, but I do see L.A. Knight finally winning a championship, a big-time championship in WWE, the United States Championship. Logan Paul has done great things with that title. He had that title in front of President Donald Trump. Logan Paul, he interviewed Donald Trump. Man, what an absolute megastar Logan Paul is. And he is, I know a lot of people out there hate Logan Paul just because he's Logan Paul, but you cannot deny his athletic ability. Just an absolute beast between the ropes and above them. What an absolutely amazing high flyer. There is nothing Logan Paul can't do. But I think we finally see LA Knight win some gold and defeat Logan Paul, even though it's in Logan Paul's hometown. I think he does the favors for LA Knight here, and then Logan Paul, who knows what he moves up to. Maybe he goes over to the Intercontinental title. Maybe he moves up to the World Heavyweight Championship, or he takes on Cody Rhodes again for the Undisputed Champ. Who knows? Who knows? Logan Paul, there's nothing he can't do, and there's no storyline they can't fit him in. So I think losing this match here is not going to hurt him at all. Next up, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I see Braun Breaker finally winning. I'm surprised Dragunov never got inserted into this match. Make it a 3-way. But I do see Braun Breaker finally winning the Intercontinental Championship and defeating Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has done tremendous things with that belt since defeating Gunther at WrestleMania. But I think it's time for the switch. I think it's time that Braun Breaker gets some gold, and then he goes on a massive streak. A massive Goldberg streak, just out there wrecking guys one after the other. I don't necessarily mean that he has to go out there and squash everybody, because he's very much capable of having amazing matches, but I think he goes out there and he wins a ton in a row, keeping that title. Kind of like Gunther, but same idea, but with that Braun Breaker twist. That guy is going to be a gigantic main event WrestleMania caliber star within a few years. And I think Sami Zayn, because, you know, the new Bloodline has 4 members, right? I think Sami Zayn might show up with Roman, maybe not at SummerSlam, but I think that it's a 4-on-3 type situation, and I think Sami Zayn gets reinserted with the Usos and Roman Reigns. How fun would that be? How fun were they having as heels? Imagine them as baby faces with Sami Zayn inserted into that story. I would love to see that. So I think Sami Zayn loses the championship and then gets inserted back with the Usos and Roman Reigns. Now this next match is so hard to tell. I'm a big proponent of the championship going on last. You could make an argument that CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth freaking Rollins. How about Seth Rollins' ref outfit on Monday? Woo! But you could make an argument that Punk versus McIntyre is the biggest match on this card. overshadows every other match on this card. I love that Drew McIntyre got inserted into this program, and I love that it ended up being that the match you wanted to see wasn't CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Not that that match isn't a must-see match when it does happen, but this storyline between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre has been absolutely fantastic. Like, you want to see that match. The big match when Punk came back that everyone wanted to see, of course, was Punk versus Rollins. But then with injuries, Drew McIntyre got inserted into this storyline, and he has more than knocked it out of the park. He has been the MVP of WWE for quite some time now, and he really stepped up his game. Is there anybody that's better at social media right now than Drew McIntyre? I'll help you. The answer is no. He has been absolutely crushing it on social media. How about that picture he posted with Jungle Boy recently? Jack Perry, just a gem of a social media troll is Drew McIntyre. And I don't know how this match goes. I don't see an absolute clear winner in this first match, unless it's some type of screwy finish. I don't see CM Punk going out and beating Drew McIntyre clean. I don't see Drew McIntyre beating CM Punk clean. I think something's going to happen. Perhaps Seth Rollins screws them both over, and it ends in some sort of big fight between all three, and then we have a triple threat match, perhaps at the next PLE, or perhaps at Survivor Series, who knows, but I don't see a clean finish in this match. If there is a finish, it's going to be some sort of, I don't want to count this, or I'm screwing this guy over type of finish. It's going to be, I am so pumped to see this match. I am so pumped to see CM Punk back on a PLE one-on-one. Yes, he's had a couple of singles matches, I believe, after Christmas last year with Dominic Mysterio on host shows, but this is his first big singles match. He was in the Rumble, got hurt, and now SummerSlam, Punk returns to action. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, referee. I am absolutely pumped. The finish I think that is going to happen is Seth Rollins screws them both over, which leads eventually to a triple threat match between the three. What do you think? How would you book SummerSlam 2024? Let me know. Leave some comments below. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.